Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Build Your Best Life. I'm Deborah Smith, and I am so happy that you decided to join us today. My platform is designed to assist high school age and young adult males as they follow my basic principles to overcome obstacles in their personal lives as well as those thrown to them each and every day by society. I believe it is better to train early rather than to fix later. I'm excited today to have a wonderful young man with me. It's the Henry Dinkens. Hi, Henry.
Hey, how you doing?
Um, I'm delighted to have this young man's chat with Henry. He is a young man on a mission, so I can't wait to begin this session with him today. I'm going to welcome Tamika Mack, Miss Denise Dinkens. Thank y'all for tuning in and watching us this afternoon. I'm going to introduce Henry, and we're going to get started. Henry John Lee Dinkens is an avid sports fan that also takes joy in expressing his outlook on life through his artistic ability. He continuously shares his passion for life without saying a word. This vibrant young artist has an exceptional ability to understand an emotion and the talent to display that emotion through art and animation. Henry began exploring his gift of drawings at age 7 while watching his sister complete several drawings. Motivated and inspired, Henry immersed himself in drawing and instantly realized that he was not only gifted but talented in art. He began to focus on his talent by attending an arts magnet school for formal training in drawing, quickly becoming a celebrated landscape artist. Henry has won several awards both at school and in the community. His expressions of life have been displayed in several local art galleries as well as DART buses, Dallas's major mode of public transportation. His portraits have won him several awards, including the NAACP Local ACT SO Golden Medalist, Virtual Visual Arts Scholastic Event Regional Champion, the Garland ISD Evidence of Excellence Award. I told you he's a young man on a mission. Henry will continue to develop his talent through professional study in college. His desire is to attend an art institute or university and major in animation where he can bring his thought provoking art to life. Henry is destined for success. I agree with that wholeheartedly. He values hard work, integrity, and desires to continue to grow as a professional artist. He will deliver to society an art form that is both unique and inspiring. And I had the pleasure of having Henry, celebrating Henry last year on my platform. So I know that I'm seeing his work and it is beautiful. So it is my pleasure to introduce Henry Dinkens.
Thank you. Thank you. And I'm thankful to be on here and to have this opportunity to come on here and speak about my experience and my art. Um, yeah.
Great. So, is there any? I know I told them a little bit about you and your awards, but there is anything else that you would like to tell our guests about yourself, Henry?
um, I'm real passionate about what I do. I look to help people and everything I do. I really like to help people. Anything I learn, try to give back to my people and just learn new things each and every day. I strive my best to be the best man I can be, and just ask God to make me the man He destined me to be, and just keep on going in life and look for the brighter side of things.
That's wonderful. Just like we were talking earlier, with seeing your passion and everything that you are doing, I know without a shadow of doubt that you are going to be successful. And to hear you say, put God in the mix, we know you are going as far as you can. So, just congratulations already. Just don't forget me when you get up there, Henry. All right. Welcome to everybody that is on. Thank you, Dan, for tuning in. And Shrivan, thank you for tuning in. All right, Henry, now in your biography, it's very, very impressive. And like I say, I've seen some examples, so I know it is no exaggeration. But what has been the driving force behind your accomplishments? Once you started, I know you said you got a passion and you like doing it, but what just keeps you going? And it seems like you continue to do more and more. So what's that drive behind you?
What keeps me going is seeing different parts of the world and knowing that what is out there and what can be accomplished in this life. It's amazing what we can do if we just put our mind to it. So that's what keeps me going. Is to know that if I keep on working hard, then one day I can give back to my family and my kids, and my kids can give back to their family based off of what I'm doing. And if I just keep on going, then I know one day I won't look back and have regrets on not uh, on not doing something I could be doing now. That if I didn't do it now, then later I will I won't regret it. Oh my God. I won't regret it for later. Like so that's my motivation to not stop and to do all I can, and that's my drive.
That's excellent, Henry. And I like what you said about leaving a legacy because not only for your children, but your children's children. And that's what happens a lot today. People don't, they have talents because we're all given talents, but people, they don't take that talent and do anything with it. So, that's just like having a navigation system in your car and you don't put the information in there. And so you still don't know which way to go. So if they have those talents and they're not doing anything with it, they're not going anywhere. But you have that drive, that motivation, you're doing something with it. So you're going to have a legacy to leave your children and your children's children. That Dinkens name can go on and it's going to be a name that, we'll be seeing in reference books and art books all over the world. So that is wonderful. Thank you for that.
Um,
Okay. Have you always been driven to be creative and well-rounded, or is this something that happened over time? Because I know you did the artwork and you're talking about doing the animation now. So how long have you wanted to put the animation into it?
believe it happened over time. It started with my sister, um, where we learned how to do graffiti art together, and it just took off from there. And I just kept on drawing, and in different classes, I would be drawing on tests. I would be drawing, just doodling. Like I would put the paper up to a screen and just draw different characters. Yeah, I don't know what was something about it that just caught my attention. And then my parents realized it, and then eventually I began to do young Rembrandts. It's a class for like artists, and I did that. And then I eventually got accepted into a magnet program for a school and in middle school, and then it took off with there. But I never did take it quite seriously until I got into high school, so I didn't have the most confidence and think that I could be a real artist and do like portraits or animation until I got into high school, and that was like 10th grade. And my teacher, he just sat down with me and taught me different things like value, composition, just the basics of art, and to slow down and really uh, just think about what I'm doing. And after that, I won my first. I didn't win. I went to state for a competition. My art teacher pushed me to go, and then that's when I started to, believe in myself more, and my creativity started to come in more. And my mom, my teacher, they saw something in me, and they just kept on pushing me. Different people helping me out, and then after that, I did another one. No, the same drawing that I did for the state, I went in for NAACP, and then once again, I won, and I got first place nationally. So then, by then, I'm definitely thinking, wow, like, I got a chance, I got a shot, and I just like the feeling, like, when I said that I like to help people out, anything that I do, like the stories and the meaning behind it, that I put in there. Um, I know people were saying it was powerful and stuff, so that also brought more creativity towards me and what I wanted to do, and to make up more ideas along the way. And I enjoyed the whole process throughout all of it. Like, it's crazy, like how like God did this in my life. Like, I never thought it would come down to this, and then like all that I'm learning, I put it into what in my school now, and to one day have a job in it and just continue doing it.
Well, that's wonderful. I love that. And, I love the fact that, you had a teacher that uh, didn't just see that talent sitting there and didn't say anything, you know.
Mhm.
And that's why I love our educators so much, because they have the ability to, push people into their purpose a lot of times. So
Mhm.
kudos to your teacher and your mom and your dad for pushing you.
Yeah.
But that is just wonderful. I love it. Yeah. Okay. Goals are crucial aspect of life. How are you able to manage all your activities effectively? Because you got a lot going on.
I agree with that. Goals are really crucial, and I would be lying if I said that I'm perfect with it. Sometimes fall off with them, and I can get hard on myself at times, because I just want to make sure I'm staying on the right track. But for a long period of time, I can keep myself on track. But when those times where I can't, I reach out to my mom or a family member or a mentor to keep me in track, to sit down, um, make a schedule, and just to have somebody in my corner to keep me on track. I think that's the best thing we all can do to get better and improve ourselves. To have somebody that's on the outside looking in, um, to guide you more better. Because sometimes if you get caught up in your own box, in your own area, you can't see what to change. That's the same thing with my art. Like, sometimes I can work on a drawing for too long, and I don't know what needs to be checked, what needs to be corrected. But then my art teacher or my mom can come along and be like, "Hey, check this out," and then next thing you know, I could realize it and I make that change. So that's how I do with my goals too. When I fall off, I just make sure I get back on it and try not to be too hard on myself about it.
That's great. I talk about building materials that we need to build a great life. And you
Mhm.
talked about two of those. One of them is association. So you have your mom there to assist you, help you get organized and move and do things so they can flow smoothly. So that's a big help, and having those goals, that's another one that is so crucial to getting everything done. And so I'm glad that you, first of all, have that good communication and association with your mom, because everybody doesn't have that. So that's wonderful to have. And then that you are at that stage where you know that goals are important, and just keeping up with those.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
I agree.
Now, I've noticed in the little interaction that I've had with you that you have some great character traits. Now, uh, do your circle that you have around you, do they have similar qualities? Do they have different qualities, or like a combination of it? And when I'm talking about qualities, I'm not talking about being able to draw whatever, but I'm saying, that you're respectful, you're organized, you have a mission going on,
Mhm. That's what I was gonna say. Like because my top things is for my people that surround me is to be respectful, be honest, uh, look more into life, working hard and just believing in God and just like um showing respect to themselves and like showing love and not just to themselves but to be giving and kind hearted and just to be humble. And my people that surround me, they they have they have those traits. And a couple people I can name is my mom, my homeboy Christian, my other brother Ronnie, Devon, like my girlfriend Abby, my dad, my sister, like my grandma was really strong. Like work hard, give to people. Like I looked up to her a lot, and my family, like they just real strong mentally and just physically. Like my grandpa, like he can go on and on. Like I heard stories like from my dad, my mom's side, like how they just strong mentally and they just don't give up. Like my mom, she had cancer and she fought through, and my dad he worked day and night doing preaching and pastoring and stuff, and it's just watching them and just being surrounded with my friends and stuff. It keeps me on track, and also having the mentors that I got. Um, it just drives me, and I wouldn't say I surround myself with people that don't have that. Like I just stay away from it, and I don't like. I will talk to somebody. I'll have respect. Like I'm not gonna ban any people that just don't have that. But to hang out with them every day, like I'm not gonna do that because I know that if you hang around with somebody like that, that's out of your guidelines or whatever you stand by too long, then eventually you're gonna get caught up in it. No matter how good you are, like no matter how headstrong you will think you are, like it will be affected somehow, some way. So it's just got to make sure that they have the same quality as you, and that's what I'll say. My people around me has the same qualities. That's why my character traits come like that so easily, and don't even think about it. Like
That's awesome, 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 Henry. You come from good stock and you got good stock going out of you. That's awesome. And just like you say, I know you're gonna come in contact with different people, but it seems like you have a pretty good head on your shoulder, and you know how to treat them like the older people used to say with the long handled spoon. So you need not to let them get too close to you, but you know how to be cordial to them.
mm,
Yeah, very good. Did you have something else you want to say about that?
uh, nah, not really. But I would say
Oh,
another person, just in case my cousin see this, I'm gonna say my cousin Demarcus. Just in case you see this, I don't want my boy to think I ain't. Yeah, that's what I'll say. That's all I gotta say. And anybody else's name I didn't call, don't take too offensive. But that's it. That's what I'll say.
yeah. All right. All right. What are the three things that, in your opinion, parents can do to support their youth and young adults? Like you have a good support system. So and everybody is not fortunate enough to have that. So what are three things that you could suggest to parents that they could do to step up and support their young people?
I would say to one, um, just be patient with their young adult or a kid, because patience can come in real important. I think my parents and stuff, they was real patient with me, with the things that I wanted, with the things that I was searching for to do, like, and I feel like that was a good amount of support that came along a long way, because with that patience, I can then just come to them, like not feeling forced to do anything, like and they gave me that patience, and then also just sitting down with me and talking things through. Like it was crazy. Um, before anything, before any whooping or anything, like that'll happen with me. Like they would sit down and give me communications and talk things through, like what you could have did and what you could have not done, and how to see it through and what to do for the next time. And by doing that, I feel like it can be supportive because then I know that how to communicate with others and how to search for what I want, and they can also keep me on track. So that can be a good supportive. And then also just what else? Just loving on their kid, like ask them what are they searching for, like what is their love language, or like, you know um because I think the love language that you can understand from what a person wants, whether that's like gifts, um physical, words, affirmations, visual things, like and hearing, like stuff like that can go a long way as well, because not a lot of people, a lot of parents, they can have a child, but they don't really know their child person. Like like family doesn't mean that you know a person. Like just because that's your son or your daughter doesn't mean you actually know them. And I feel like those things that come along, patience, communication, and just loving and knowing they love language, and creating a bond that can be a good supportive system, because then they don't know, like, wow, my parent really got my back. And like when I say that, patience will come a long way, like, because you can do that communication and that love, but maybe they don't see it just yet, but eventually they'll look back on it and they'll be like, wow, like I gotta do this for them. Like I gotta give back to them because they did all of this for me. So it's like, and that's how I feel. Like my mom, my dad, my people, my family, they done so much for me, and like I always seen it. And my grandma, she always used to be telling me like to keep myself humble and to not be selfish. And it's like it always kept me in check, and that's why I just want to give them the best. Like and go in every day and give my best. And I feel like that's a good supportive system for young adults and children out there that their parents can give to them.
Okay, that's some good, very great tips that Henry gave us. Be patient, communication, and communication is a big one because a lot of times as parents, we want to sit down and just do all the talking, but we need to learn to listen. Listen is a part of communicating. So if we can sit and have that patience and listen to what our children are trying to tell us, some of them could be crying out for help or trying to tell you something and they don't have the words. And we need to sit and listen and look at body language and all of that. So it's awesome, Henry. And then love on your kids and that love language. Now I know about the love language with the adults, but tell me a little bit more about this love language with your parents can
Uh,
do to their kids.
Everybody have a love language. Like even as little kids, like I feel like once they conscious, I mean, like once they start getting more conscious of life and start realizing, oh, like they're actually here and stuff like that, and they start remembering things, like they eventually catch on to things, and based on how they treat it and stuff, they build a love language. And like I said, they can be based off of gifts, they can be based off of affirmations, physical. Um, I'm trying to think of the other two. It's about like five love language, and but I feel like once you find those love language for your kid, like, and you give them what they most want, it can feel good and it can create that bond. And because because you do that more often, like I said, it can make the kid feel like, oh, like my parent really care for me. They see me hearing out, they hearing me out in things that I want and do, and that can just go a long way, you know. Um, yeah, that can go a long way.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that. Because sometimes when kids get a certain age, maybe they don't want the attention or whatever. Uh,
Mhm.
but I just think it's always important to, you can say you're doing things to show people, but to me, it's always a good thing to say, I love you. Let them know that you love you. Because you never know, you go out the door, that might be your last time going out the door. Was it a good scene? Did you have words? But I don't care what's going on. You should be able to say, mom, dad love you. And they should say, you love your son. And, so I think that's key. But that was awesome. I love that.
Yeah, it was one more love language. It was service. I said affirmations, gifts, um, physical service, and do you know the other one by chance?
No, I don't.
You don't know the other one by chance? All right, cool. It's all good. But yeah, I read a book on that. That's how I knew about that. It's called The Five Love Language, and yeah, it's for adults and little kids.
Yeah, and I'm ashamed to say I have the book, but I don't. Okay, your mom put it in that quality time.
Quality time, yes, yes, yes. That's what it
Thank
was.
you, Denise. Yeah, I have the book, but I couldn't remember. So thank you for that. Those were awesome. But please don't forget those parents. Those are some excellent tips. Be patient, communicate, love on your child, and know their love language. That's very important. All right, Henry, based on the behaviors that you see among your generation, what are 5 tips you can provide to assist them in building their best lives?
5 tips to build their best lives. I'll say one, and the first thing is just to love themselves. Because once you love yourself, um, you can figure out things more better and what you want and what you see in life. Like it's not something that's easy. I've dealt with that. Still kind of deal with it, but I try to find my best way to love myself and to accept myself because I feel like that'll bring you to your best life. And then two, I feel like it's just making goals for themselves um, and I like goals because even if sometimes you can't really see it that well, when you write it down, it can paint a picture in your head. And when you write out a plan, it's just it keeps you in line with where you want to go. Like I write down goals and plans, but sometimes I do feel like I don't know where I'm going, even when I do it. But it's still an aim to head for because eventually it'll line up. And and then three, to just have people that 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 that's successful and like been where you've been, and to talk to them and to be surrounded by them and to have the guidance and information that you may need along the line. And if you ever get caught up in something that you don't know what to do, they can help you out and pull you through. And four, I'll say just to just to watch what you say, watch what you see, and watch what you hear. Like because what you say, what you hear, what you see can manifest into your soul. Like my mom, she used to tell me that all the time, like the music I listen to and stuff like that. I didn't understand it when I was little, but as I got older, I understood because I started to realize some of the things I was listening to I could relate to now, but I don't think it was based off of just my life experience. I feel like it was the way my what I was listening to and what I was saying, it drifted my life more towards it. And what you say and what you hear and what you see is what's gonna be your reality. So um that's why affirmation can come into hand. That's another thing I would say that can be good. That can be my number five. Um by saying affirmations and saying what you want out of this life, it can just it can help because in our conscious, we can have our mindset on one thing, but then we don't know how to get out of it. So our subconscious is a way to take it out of that habit and whatever mindset and visual that we see in this life, and by doing that, affirmations can come in handy, and also books. Like it's just reading off of books can help. Well, that's what I say. Like books that's like self development and stuff on the mind and spirit and on growth. That's what I think those top five will help to live their best lives. That's what I think. That's what I'm doing, and I feel like I'm living my best life. But without the support, I feel like that's the main thing. Like without the support, it just wouldn't. I don't know where it will go. And even if you don't got the support, you gotta have your faith. Like the faith is a big thing. If you don't got the support, you gotta have the faith and the grind. Like just to go for stuff. That's what I would say.
Well, those are all excellent, Henry, I tell you. And definitely that last one, that bonus one you gave me, that is definitely one that they, need to follow is that faith. Because faith can take you a long way when you think you're at the end of your rope or, whatever. If you have that faith, you can just take a breather sometimes. So that is great. But those are some good things that they can do. And I now that first one you gave, now that's the first one I always give. I agree with that. Love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, sometimes nobody else does. So if you don't believe in yourself and love yourself, then what? A lot of people will say, well, I need to take care of this person and that person and whatever. But if you're not the best self, how can you be there for other people? So you have to love yourself and care for yourself and, tell yourself all positive things. And that's why that affirmation is so very important as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah. And I understand that so well because like with the work that I be doing, it's crazy how your mind can just try to defeat you. Like you try to try your best to think positive, and your mind or something inside can try to doubt you. But it's like you got to just keep fighting it, and that's where that faith and that grind can come in, and other things that I mentioned that can help along the way uh, to keep going.
Yeah, all those were very good that you gave. We need the support, and I like reading as well. I mean, because they say reading is fundamental, and people are like, oh, but you can learn so much from reading. And sometimes you read, you go through it, and you pick up nuggets, and then you go back and you pick up something else. But that reading is you're developing yourself, you're growing, and that's something you always want to do. You can go to school, you can go to college, but you should always take pride in self-development. What is it that I can learn on my own? So the books are great. And since you mentioned books, I do have my book, Build Your Best Life. And it's, I wrote it because Build Your Best Life, it's all about assisting and helping young men. And I was sitting one day that's like, okay, but only so many people are on social media, so how can I help more people? So I put, everything that I think, the basic principles and everything into my book, Build Your Best Life. and that was why I came up with the book.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on my website, www.buildyourbestlife.org, for those of you who have not been on my platform before. www.buildyourbestlife.org, and you can get an autographed copy, you can get a digital copy on Amazon. But just reading those books,
Mm-hmm.
this is wonderful. I love to read, so you can just continue to grow. That's just so important. So what can I say? Reading is something. And I just appreciate, I know I missed some of my guests on here, Geneva, Abigail, Dan, seen several people, but thank everybody for tuning in. And I'm so glad that you did, because this has been a wonderful segment with Henry, and I knew it would be, because he just has so much going on, and I just can't wait for a couple years so I can be reading about him and seeing him all plastered everywhere. Okay, but Henry, do you have any additional words of wisdom that you would like to give everybody? Because you have provided us parents as well as young people some good tips. But is there anything else that you can think of that you would like to impart?
I'd like to say, despite what I say, despite what anybody do, nobody's perfect. Um, like, you can have good words to say and um, do good actions, but every day is a fight, and it's just a blessing to wake up every day, that I think, and to just realize that I'm able to breathe and walk each and every day, and while other people may be gone, and um, just to just to know that everything's gonna be okay. Like, regardless what we do, what we go through, like, there's a blessing in the storm, and that we can learn from something each and every day if we just pay attention closely, and that we can learn from others and build together with others. Um, and I think that's amazing. And as us as humans, we got a lot of power that we don't know of. We just gotta unlock it. Like it's a game. Like, I ain't saying like life's a game, but I'm saying like levels, and we can unlock levels if we just put our mind to it and just go higher stakes in life. Yeah, unlock the power within. Yeah, yeah, I like that. We can unlock the power within, and like just do amazing things. And yeah, I try to never persuade as being perfect. Um, my dad taught me that. My mom taught me that. Like, even as him as being a pastor, it's just like none of us are perfect. Like, but as long as you keep your intentions in and what you trying to do, then I feel like you're gonna be okay. Like, as long as your intentions are not to be bad, your intentions are not to do this, to do that, nigga, good. Like, you know where you stand, and you know where you're trying to go in life. But we do mess up as a whole, and but at times it don't come as an excuse either. That's where responsibility comes in. That's another thing that my parents taught me. Like, you gotta weigh the consequences, the good and the bad, and with everything comes with consequences. So that's what I'll say, and just yeah.
You have a lot of good things to say, Henry. I appreciate everything. This has been such a wonderful segment with you, and don't be surprised if I reach out for you to come back, because I have really enjoyed this. You've given us a lot of tips, a lot of information, things to kind of like, oh, okay, to think on. And I hope that our parents, as well as our young people, were listening because this was so very, very good. And I do appreciate your parents. I can tell that they have worked hard. They have instilled values in you. And this is another reason why I'm trying to, I have this platform to get parents and grandparents and mentors to reach out and help our young men. A lot of people are quick to say, well, that young man's not doing this, that young man's not doing that. But we need to celebrate those of you who are doing wonderful things, as well as giving a hand out to those who just need someone to assist them. So I appreciate and applaud them for the work that they have done with you and your sister. And you are a wonderful young man. And I laughed when I said I'll be looking for you, but I would definitely be looking for you because I know that you are going to be in the history books. So, may God cover you and bless you, and you continue to do what you are doing. And I know you have a lot of artwork that, I saw last time. Now, do you have a social media site or whatever that people can go to look at some of your work?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, my Instagram is HD Affixes. Is HD, and then it's AFFIXES. And then my mom, she just put down my website in the comments.
Okay.
And then my Facebook is Henry Dinkens. And I got a LinkedIn as well. I believe it's Henry Dinkens as well. Yeah, that's where I'm at. And I also got a Twitter. I don't be on Twitter that much, but I'm gonna try my best to get back on it. But it's like hold on, let me see which one. Oh man, I deleted Twitter. That one. Okay. I had got a new phone. I didn't download it, so I can't think of that right now. But yes, I mainly be on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. That's where I post. I do motivational Mondays. Post my art. Talk about Tuesday. I also dance. Do music as well, and I just try to be all around. Like I don't like to be set to just one thing. That's another thing I got from my art teacher, my parents, where I heard a lot, like, don't put all your things into one basket, like all your eggs into one basket. And then also my YouTube is coming back soon. And just to be all around, like, that's what I do.
Well, all of that is so very awesome. So I hope everybody got all that information. So Henry is on Instagram, and I just saw, okay, and HD Visual Affixes.art call. So that's HD Visual AFFIXES .art.call.org. So where that's coming from. So please reach out to Henry on all those social media sites, and so you will see some beautiful, beautiful work. And again, Henry, thank you so much for coming on. And Denise, looking forward to having you on next month. I can't wait. So thank you as well.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And everyone, excuse me, as you travel on your road to being the best you, as Henry said, everyone is human, so everyone makes mistakes. So you will run into pitfalls, distractions, detours, and rough terrain. But don't let any of those negative aspects of your journey stop you. Though they may slow you down, keep going to be the best you so that you can build your best life. And remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan, it's my commitment. So thank you so very much. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers that are tuned in. And please tune in Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our leaders chat. We're going to have Pastor Mark Young on from Anniston, Alabama. So again, thank you so much, Henry. Be blessed, and I will be reaching out again. And just keep doing what you're doing. You are a young man on a mission.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye.